Hello friends. Welcome to Unicorn Adventures. I am a newbie in investment, especially in crypto. You can find a lot of expert analysis on each investment on YouTube and everywhere. Here, I am trying to give my perspective as a beginner, on why I think an investment is good or bad. Hopefully that will be more clear to other beginners like me. And, if I am saying something wrong, please kindly mention in the comments, in a nice way if you can, so that I can correct it. Today, we will be talking about cross-chain farming and D3 protocol. Cross-chain farming or CCF is providing farming as a service, acts as DAO and does other investments which will be distributed to the token holders. That's a lot. Let's try to understand one by one. Before we talk more about CCF, let's understand few key topics. First one is yield farming. What is yield farming in crypto? I will try to give a very short summary. There are a lot of detailed explanations available. Especially, I like explanations from YouTube channel Whiteboard Crypto. I will put the link in the description. He explains nicely about yield farming. Yield farming in simple terms, you are putting your money to work. You are giving or lending your token to the platforms who will use it mostly for liquidity, and you will get a percentage of the fee they are collecting from the users for each transaction. Assume that, when you started yield farming you had 100 tokens. Each token having price of $1. And, after 10 days, let's say, your total tokens got increased to 150 from farming. But, price of token also reduced by 50%. So, basically, now, you have more token, but, you are in loss. But, it is loss, only if you sell at that time. Price of the token may increase in sometime in future. So, this is an impermanent loss. Now, there are a lot of yield farming platforms like Uniswap, PancakeSwap, etc. And, this can become complicated. For example, you need to do the analysis and find the right farms and observe the performance and make necessary changes. And, there are a lot of factors to be considered. Bridging between chains, different fees, when to harvest, etc. So, basically, this is a complicated and time-taking process. That's where farming as a service comes into picture. You must have heard about software as a service, infrastructure as a service, platform as a service, etc. What is common in all these is, they remove the complexity for the end user, that is us. Farming as a service will farm for the end user and share the profit. Now, let's talk about DAO and reserve currency. DAO or Decentralized Autonomous Organization gives power to the community. All crypto token price is driven by the community. It's a simple logic. If there is more demand, price will automatically increase. Now, what if community who is supporting the organization gets to decide on future plans of an organization? That's what DAO is all about. And, what if this power to community is available for a reserve currency? Reserve currency is currency backed by other reserves. US dollar, for example, was backed by gold reserves. Olympus DAO is a reserve currency and is decentralized. You can see total annual percentage yield is huge. 4,643%. Price of Olympus DAO token is backed by a treasury. And, they grow the treasury by selling bonds and liquidity pools. And, the money DAO makes is distributed back to the holders of the token. Compare this to saving money in savings account. And, there were several copies of Olympus, called as OHM forks. Some were successful, some failed, and some rug pulled. We can see some crazy APYs for several OHM forks or similar concepts. You have the money in treasury. And, you have the community support. So, how you put that money to use will determine if the price will go up or down. On a positive note, Wonderland Time and several other forks are moving towards in that direction. We will talk about that in another video. Let's come back to CCF. Cross-chain farming is a combination of all these we talked about. They give farming as a service and as a DAO, and holders of the token will get the percentage of the gains. If you see their 3 tokenomics. So, every buy and sell of CCF token is charging a fee of 12%. This fee collected will be distributed for multiple things. 3% of every buy and sell goes towards burned and token liquidity on a 2:1 ratio. That means, supply will get reduced, which in turn increases demand. 3% of every buy and sell is automatically distributed to existing holders on a proportional basis. So, by simply holding the token, users will get extra tokens. 3% of every buy and sell is allocated to DAO for cross-chain farming and spot investments. So, CCF DAO will act as a VC fund and launchpad and invest in other projects, and the profit will again go back to the liquidity. 3% of every buy and sell is allocated to our marketing wallet for project promotion and marketing. So, 3% is allocated to growing the community. Let's go through the details. What all ways CCF is making money? 1. Yield farming. They do farming and share the profit with holders. 2. Investment. Basically, they will invest on other crypto assets and thus aiming to get profits out of it. This is a long-term play. 3. Launchpad accelerator. So, by being the platform for launching other projects, CCF get a chance to get the tokens for an early price. Now, can we trust this project? Let's look further. Fair launch. No private or public sales, no VCs, no team tokens. Everyone has an equal chance in a fair market. Normally, when a token is launched, initial investment come from VC funds or pre-sales. So, tokens will be reserved for the initial investors or they will get at an early price. CCF launched on November 30, 2021 and they did a fair launch on that without having any pre-allocation. Locked liquidity. 100% of liquidity tokens are locked until 2025. This is a very good positive for CCF. There have been a lot of scam projects and rug pulls. If the money is locked, team will not be able to take the money out and run away. Let's see that. So, we can see that, in Cryptex Locker, liquidity tokens of wrapped BNB is locked until November 2025. So, 4 years is like an eternity in crypto world. So, we are good there. Low fees since it is on Binance Smart Chain. Like I mentioned earlier, there will be fees on buy and sell which will go to the holders. So, if you go to the token, there is a supply of around 2 trillion. And 5,624 holders. Now, if we see the holders, biggest holders is the Burn wallet holding 16%. So, 16% supply is already burned, which is good. Let's see the team also. Team is anonymous. But that is now common in crypto projects. Most team members seem to be running company for the first time. But they have been in crypto ecosystem for long enough. D3 protocol or DeFi is the second token from the same team. While CCF is doing yield farming and shares profit to the holders, DeFi is the decentralized reserve currency. You remember the huge annual percentage yield or APY we talked about earlier in this video? We will be getting that here. As of now, DeFi token is not launched. It will happen soon in January. 25% of the initial DeFi supply is reserved for CCF holders, allocated on a proportional basis and distributed 24 hours after the launch of DeFi. Holders of CCF will be getting DeFi at a lower price. And CCF holders will get DeFi airdrops in proportion to their CCF holdings. And how they make sure it is a fair launch. On the first 24 hours of launch, each wallet will only be permitted to buy or sell a maximum of 100 DeFi. %25 of initial supply will be burned. No private or public sales or team tokens are allocated. So, DeFi and CCF combinedly gives us a lot of money-making tools and team is being transparent. I am looking forward to the launch on this month. But, also, please keep in mind that, as a beginner, I can get excited for a new project easily. What do you think? Can we call this project as DeFi 3.0? Please share your thoughts in comments. I will be giving all the links in the description. Thanks for watching. See you next time.